the Humane Society is to advocate for the welfare and responsibility of the care of animals, to protect them from neglect and cruelty, and to promote humane education, awareness, and compassion. Other sources that they have that help the animals are the Humane Law Enforcement, which saves stray animals, almost 8,000 this year, that anyone can call and say that they found. And they also capture animals that are cruel to others or humans. My dad is the co-owner of iPet Companion, which lets you remotely operate toys for cats while you watch them on live stream. So here's the visual aid. So on this site, anyone around the world can play with the different cats. And the biggest one we have is at the Idaho Humane Society, this one here, so you can play with it right now. I guess we're in queue, so I have to wait a while, but while we wait, I can just say that this has had a 60% increase in adoption. 295% of it has increased in donations, helped in that, and it has also increased the Humane Society's web traffic by 50%, and 172 different countries have played with the Humane Society kittens through the web, so that's really great.
So this is something of what you do. This is
here
actually
right
at the
now.
Idaho Humane Society, and we visited this place, and basically there's toys all around that you can just have fun with the cats. And when we went to the Humane Society, we actually had an interview with one of the ladies. She was the volunteer director. Her name was Melanie Larson. And we asked her a few set of questions, and one was, what is the mission of the Humane Society? And they want to promote human compassion. They want to have humans care for the animals. They want to show as much care as possible for these animals in need. And they take all the animals they can. If they don't have shelter, unfortunately, they can't take them. But they do get all that they can. And then Melanie Larson, who I just said, is the volunteer director. She educates people about how to get involved with Humane Society through adoption, through volunteering, through word of mouth, which I'll talk about later. And she actually volunteered 10 plus years at the Humane Society 10 plus years in her childhood, and that's why she wanted to go to the Humane Society. And she's always had a passion for volunteering. You can really tell that she's really heartfelt and compassionate about all her different volunteering projects, including the Humane Society as her biggest one. And then the funding and promotion. Boise City County, Kuna County, Eagle County, and Ada County all promote the Humane Society. And there's Facebook, there's newspaper ads, but they don't use the big bucks. They don't try and get on TV for commercials and try and waste all their money just to show how great of a society the Humane Society is. They want to really go from the inner city and out, and by word of mouth is the most important thing that Melanie told us. Is as many people know about the Humane Society, the better, and the best way to do that is just keep telling people about how great this society is. And at last, it's all about the animals, really. And like I said earlier, they've taken every single animal they can. Comes from birds to cats to farm animals, anywhere across the spectrum. And the easiest way is to adopt these animals, and there's just some quick steps. You go online to the Humane Society, for example, at www.humanesociety.org, and you just click the animal you want and look at pictures, and then once you find the animal you truly want, you go to the Humane Society, pick them out, and it's just a couple of papers that you have to go through, and you have your pet, and it's a great way to help the Humane Society in their need. And another way is through donations. You can donate to the Humane Society. And with the animal rescues, they rescue so many different dogs and cats. I think the last one they said was they rescued 300 dogs 5 years ago, 300 stray dogs. And it's just incredible to listen to what Melanie told us, and it was just a really good time. And then lastly, there's the IDAPI program, which Nicole will talk about later. It's where there are dogs that are trained professionally.
Okay, so I have the trip, which is pretty much a tour of the Humane Society. And the first place I'm going to talk about is the multi-purpose room. It's just a big facility where what goes on in there is they ask Melanie, who teaches volunteers, teaches other people about animals and what to do with them. And they also use that place to train dogs to go through, jump over barricades, jump through hoops, and other stuff like that. The next room is the lunchroom, which is just a small room where one side is the refrigerator and the sink and all your necessary tools, and on the other side is the table and all that. Then the third one is the work area where you meet all the main employees, answering their telephone calls, answering emails and all that. And then the fourth room was the dog room. So there's two separate dog rooms, and there's 4 doors each. You lead to the same room. 2 of them are blacked out, which you can't see, and the reason why is because those animals have been recently found within 2 weeks, and their policy is they keep the animal for 2 weeks to make sure to see if like an owner is missing an animal, they can go to them and they can go through there. And if no owner has claimed the animal, what they'll do is they'll start the dog animal go through the procedure through like neutering them, registering them for adoption, and all that stuff. And then the other room is where you can adopt dogs, where it's open to the public. So each dog, each cage has 2 dogs in it with like a little fence in the middle, and they each have its own portfolio. So it tells if the animal's been neutered or what happens in life and what his name is. So next off is the playground area. So if an owner wants to potentially adopt a dog, they can try out how the dog copes with them. So they'll take them outside to this play area, and it has like a hydrant, benches, and grass and all that. And they can walk the dog around if they want to. And that's just to help the owner get used to the dog and stuff. So next up is the storage area where they store food for cats, dogs, birds, and all that stuff. While we were there, we noticed that there were some high school volunteers, and we asked Melanie why were they there, and she said that they're putting dog food and cat food into small bags to give to people who can't afford it, and they give those dog foods to those people, like I said, that can't afford it, so they can at least keep the dog and keep them healthy. And then once we passed that room, we went to a room where they scan the dogs to see if they have a chip. And the whole purpose of a chip is to see if it belongs to anybody, depending where they're at. And then right when you enter that room, there's a little board to the left side, and it just shows that which dog has been taken for a walk and who's taken him. Every dog in the facility is going to be taken for a walk by somebody, and I think it's about 2 weeks before they get one other walk because they have so many dogs there. And then the next room is the cat room, which is pretty much the same as the dog room, except it's just filled with cat. And I believe you are allowed to touch them and hold them, but you have to wash your hands after that. I think it's for allergy reasons. And then the front office is where you finalize your papers to adopt the animal. I believe you have to wait a day or 2 before you can actually pick up the animal. I don't remember why. And then the next one is the gift shop, where you can buy toys and shirts for your small animals. And the last one is the vet area. So it's just a little area for surgeons to take their part in surgery, or neutering the animals, or giving them surgeries. And owners can also do checkups. We get them to do checkups with them, like an ordinary veterinarian. And that's it.
Okay, so So I have the history and just some information about the Inhumane Society, and I'm passing out little fact books or whatever. So the original Idaho Humane Society was formed in Boise in the late 1890s, and then the current Idaho Humane Society was formed after 3 women who protested against the inhumane conditions that exist at the Boise City Pound in June of 1941. And these 3 women took a local Idaho reporter to investigate the pound, and they confronted the mayor with demands to improve the shelter. And with all the public attention, the mayor was forced to assure people that it would be fixed and that the pound would be properly funded.